chances the Nuggets can actually come back.
I think this is going 6 or 7 games, so I think that could be a little bit of a tighter spread between those two. But when you got those two guys, those two monsters, and Towns and Edwards, it's just really hard.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
The Cam Rising stuff last year with Utah, 3 months of pretending he was questionable with a torn ACL, ridiculous.
It's a lot of gray right now when it comes to this stuff, and we really are. When people say we're in like the second or third inning of sports betting, that's why I agree, because there's so many of those situations that are very, very difficult to explain to a novice.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
And now you have to qualify in these majors. You got to go do it, man. Like, and it just comes off really petty to sit up there and be like, I'm not.
You know what you signed up for. So I don't like the pettiness. I 100% think Taylor Gooch should be in the major championships. Mm-hmm. So in the same note, I'm saying this, but also it's like, hey, this is the world in which we live in right now, and you don't deserve anything.
Only on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I'm Morency. Great stuff having Caitlin Free on the show. And she agrees with one of the horses that you like, Cam. And that was like stepping onto a stage. Like, that's like, talking horse racing with her. It's like going to a karaoke bar and Celine Dion steps on the stage.
Exactly. That's a great show.
Like, you know what I mean?
They're good.
You're like, oh, I like this. And she's dropping this and that. It's like, hey, you better be ready. You better bring it.
She knows her stuff, man. And you know what? That was a great angle, Gabe. Chad Brown. It's amazing. He's one of the best trainers, but he doesn't win the Derby. He's like snake bitten at the Derby, but the Preakness is his thing. And Tuscan Gold, that horse, if I get anything over 7-2, what Caitlin says, that's going to be my horse. That horse I think it'll run a race. I'm not even sure if Mystic Dan, I can see him coming second or third, but I'm going with the Gold, buddy. I know everybody wants the Triple Crown scenario, but I think Tuscan Gold's the horse.
I just have my concerns about Mystic. The fact of the matter is the Kentucky Derby winner has not fared well at the Preakness.
You are correct.
Right? There's how many times, guys, think about it. How many times, it's just to simplify it, but how many times have we had a potential Triple Crown? Not often. It's rare. I mean, we went 37 years without it, and an American Pharaoh did it, I think it was 2015. And then Justify did it. Just Steel, though, is the son of Justify. I like that angle.
That horse is crazy. See the odds on that horse, too?
I didn't like the way she dismissed him, though, because I was that's what I was looking at, Just Steel. I'm like 15-1, man. I know all the odds dropped because Moose out now, so they all came down a little bit. But I still like this horse. He got a bad trip at the Derby, bro. Like, he's better than, listen, there's only 8 effing horses. It's an elite horse. There was a reason why it was in a Derby in the first place.
I agree. But the thing is, she liked the 50-1 in the exotics. Like, she says, thinks that horse can come third. What was that? The number? What was it? Heavy? Just heavy or what? Yeah. Like she had a lot of good things to say about that horse, Gabe. That number's nuts. So if you do a box and that horse finds a way to win, you'll blow up the tote board. That's why I think I'm
like this from a betting perspective with only 8 horses. Yeah, we should be able to pick a winner or two.
Yeah,
like
we should
find. Should find. It's funny though, the Derby. Like I said, I wasn't like anti-Derby, but I was like, you know what I mean? I wasn't really like all in on anything. And then, of course, like right before, as always, I started clicking away like a madman before the Derby. I couldn't stop. Mm-hmm. And I shouldn't watch these pre-race shows because they come out, you see this horse, and then Eddie Elchek comes on and he likes this and they like that. And it's like watching a UFC countdown show. It'll start to get to you. But you can follow Caitlin on Twitter at Caitlin Free, nice and simple. So this hockey game, incredibly frustrating. As we were talking with Caitlin, the Vancouver Canucks tied the game up with about 4 or 5 minutes left in the period. Boom. They score. Susie scores. Susie returns. Susie scores. So Susie scores the goal. Nice wrist shot, top shelf. And once again, similar to them losing the game the other night, while they're celebrating on the bench, the puck, Edmonton scores. Like, now it's unacceptable. Like, now if I was talking, I'd be losing it. And he doesn't really lose it, but now I'd be mad. I'd be like, guys, like, first off, we're giving him a lead. We come back, and then you give him the lead again all the time. Like, what are we doing here? Like honestly. Like, once you score, take the momentum back. It's like, now, dude, it's happened like twice in the last sequence, Cam. You know what I mean? The last game just ended like this, and now again like this now. It's like, this can't happen. And I got to say it, too. I didn't want to call him out. Remember earlier, I was like, wow, the puck went off him. He's got bad luck, and it's a little fast for him. Now it's to the point where Cole can't be on the ice.
I agree
it's just bad things happen. He's been on the ice for both goals, bro. And I'm not blaming him for the second one, but still, why were the Oilers like moving in like this? Like it was an all-out assault. You're supposed to protect the wall. You didn't. Cole's having a nightmare of a series now. We got to get him off the ice, and everyone else needs to wake the F up, man. Where's
so
JT
right,
Miller? Where's Besser? Where's everybody? Wake up.
Show up, guys. This is the thing.
It's not just Pedersen. Where's everyone else? Wake up.
Besser's been like the better guy. I'm going to tell you, Eric Cole, there's a reason why Colorado got rid of this guy. And like whatever, I started to watch him, Gabe. He's just a little bit behind. You know what I mean? He's just one of those guys kind of.
He's been in the league a while, Ken.
Yeah.
He's just one of these guys aging. Yeah.
He's a great guy, like Eric Cole. Like Cole's one of these guys that was very good for a long time.
You're locked in on the other Eric and golfer.
Sorry, PGA Championship.
You say Eric Cole so often in your life.
I do. Ian Cole, but he's played in the league and he's been on long runs before, Gabe. So it started to catch up with him. I agree. They're gonna have to look at somebody. Hey, guys, call up kids for these situations. You know what the Vancouver Canucks did? It's exactly like the Leafs. They were going to win the series. They score the goal, and Boston scores second afterwards. And I just snapped. I'm like, I can't deal with this stuff. You score a goal, you got to play defense after. It pisses me off.
You know what it's like? It's like scoring a touchdown and allowing the other team to return a kickoff for a touchdown.
Yes.
It's so annoying.
It really is.
It's like, dude, we just came back. We just came back again. And you gave it up again.
Yeah. Drives me nuts.
Now the next goal is massive again. If they get down by 2, they're in a lot of trouble. Like Edmonton is starting to take a little bit of control here. They just are. I mean, you can just feel it. Vancouver are always playing from behind. It's been 2-3 games in a row now. They're just playing from behind all the time. And it's going to catch up to them. They need to step it the F up. It's only 2-1. It's not like they're losing 5-1 or anything like that. But it should be 1-1. Like that last goal was just absolutely brutal.
Then we would have won. We would have won the plus half in the first period. I laid juice on it. That was toast. And then I had them on the money line in the first period too. So double smoke. But hey, what are you going to do, Gabe? I was really looking for a 2.5 out there and pay the juice, but nobody's offering. Even my old FanDuel, they love giving the 2.5, but there's nobody's biting because every game has been close. I paid major juice for a 2.5, but it's not out there.
How about the Denver Nuggets? Great performance tonight, guys. 70 points scored. 115-70, the final score.
I got to be honest with you, Gabe. Thank you, Timberwolves. I love you guys. You were like, I was sitting there going, I'm done with this series, and now it's a winner, and we get Game 7. And I'll tell you, Gabe.
We like the plus 1.5. Good for you for hanging in there.
Thank you,
dude,
Gabe.
I've flip-flopped throughout this entire series. I'm like, I've said both teams are done like 10 times. I'm like, they're done. The other team's done. I'm the one who's done. If this is the playoffs, I'm getting eliminated this week. I'm getting bounced in the second round.
Nope, you're not.
I'm going to flip to Vancouver. Better win this game.
Stay positive. This is what's happening, though. I'm done with these pregame. Like, I'm going to put units on games pregame. Gabe, you know me. I'm an action guy. I like horse racing. I love the race to 10 and 20 and all that stuff because if you win, you're going to lose a bet waiting 3.5 hours.
So what you're saying?
I get the money and I can roll it into
So what
other
you're saying?
stuff.
You want to?
I'm a degenerate.
You're almost like George Costanza. So I know you're on a buzz because you hit Xander Schauffele with the front end. You've hit some first round leaders.
Yeah.
But you want to go opposite, like George Costanza changed his life. So from now on, what you should do, and you won too. And you were lucky you won. They were down 8-0, and they end up somehow winning the race to 10.
11-9. It was amazing. I go.
When it was 8-0, you had to be thinking, well, this wasn't a very good idea.
No, I already counted as a loss. But I'm telling you, I don't know what the hell happens. Every time me and you are having
you
great
need to
days,
start betting.
winning, yeah.
You need to start getting more into it then. Bet the first pitch of the game, striker ball. No runs in the first inning.
Nice high balls. I got to believe there's more balls than strikes in the first pitch, wouldn't you think?
They've added more degenerate in-game bets, actually. Like if you actually start to...
Yeah. Hey.
If you start to scroll down, these are new ones, which I haven't done. Like now, Cam, I'm looking right now. You got to be on top of it, though, because it's fast. But outcome of plate appearance. You could bet, bro. Is he going to get a hit, strikeout, walk, in play, out, any other? That's some degen stuff. You're betting pitch by pitch now.
That's what we should be doing because that's who we are.
Yeah, that's where the money is at.
First round leaders in golf, too. People don't understand. The chalk is crazy price. Schauffele was like 13-1 in the tournament. He was 30-1 first round.
That this guy gets hit by a pitch at this at bat.
I like that. Hit him! 40-1.
Yeah, exactly.
You look at the Denver Nuggets and say, whoa, just a week ago, they were that minus 115 or so price. Now we're looking at them at a 7-1 price. Any chances the Nuggets can actually come back?
I think it's going 6 or 7 games, so I think that could be a little bit of a tighter spread between those two. But when you got those two guys, those two monsters, and Towns and Edwards, it's just really hard.
The early line. Only on SportsGrid.
The Cam Rising stuff last year with Utah, 3 months of pretending he was questionable with a torn ACL, ridiculous.
It's a lot of gray right now when it comes to this stuff, and we really are. When people say we're in like the second or third inning of sports betting, that's why I agree, because there's so many of those situations that are very, very difficult to explain to a novice.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
And now you have to qualify in these majors. You got to go do it, man. Like, and it just comes off really petty to sit up there and be like, I'm not.
You know what you signed up for. So I don't like the pettiness. And I 100% think Taylor Gooch should be in the major championships. So in the same note, I'm saying this, but also it's like, hey, this is the world in which we live in right now, and you don't deserve anything.
Only on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I'm Morency. We're kicking it. Thanks to Caitlin Free for joining us tonight. Great breakdown. Thanks to Drew Martin. Second period has started. I thought Vancouver were about to score. I like Pedersen's game tonight. Like we were talking, Pedersen has not stepped up, and he hasn't done enough offensively. He hasn't been like a liability, but he hasn't scored. And you're making $12 million a year now, and that comes with it, bro. So tonight he's creating chances. I like that play that he just created. I like he's hesitated a couple of times where he's had opportunities because his confidence is rattled. That last play, I like it. Like you can see, it's not really confidence now. Like I think he's going to break through, but The whole team needs to break through. They're cycling the puck right now. Oh, that should be a penalty. He just took him down. He pushed him, Ralphie.
Yeah, he tripped him, Ralphie. I missed those leap right. That's at the back. He tripped him. Ralphie. Those guys were the biggest homers.
Jim and Ralph. Yeah,
I love Joe Bowen.
I heard it once. He was like, he was losing in high pitched voice. He tripped him, Ralphie. He tripped him,
Joe
Ralphie.
Bowen. My uncle knows him really well. They're in the same.
That's got to be a penalty.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Sorry. Hey, now what? Dude, these guys are murdering Garland. Garland's getting pushed around, man. He just got, he sort of got pushed from the back that I just cried about, but I was just joking. He's a smaller dude, so I'm not going to, every time he falls, it's not someone's fault. But they're going after him. The Oilers are dirty, and it's finally caught up to them. I want to see what they did here. All right, see Garland. Dude, that's not just 2 minutes. That's got to be a 4. That's boarding. That's not cross-checking. That's freaking boarding. Look at this play, Kev. That's dangerous. That's a dangerous play. Vancouver suck on the 4. That's got to be a double. That's got to be a double. They haven't put it up yet.
I could use a double.
But Vancouver, Vancouver, they had a double penalty the other night. They only had one shot. This better be a double. They're talking about it right now. Dude, that's boarding. That's not like a cross-check penalty. That's like boarding. That's what they call that, boarding.
And here's what you do on your power play. You set a guy in front of the net, and you do a little, just put it at the net. Julio knows Pickard. The guy's been a 3rd and 4th string goalie for every damn team in the league. Get a guy in front of him and score a damn goal. Stop making it pretty. Shoot the damn puck. Go off a leg. Let's go.
It's a 2-minute penalty, and Talkett's not happy. The Canucks are, maybe this will wake them up. Let's bring in Julio right now. I don't know where Julio is. What's up, Julio? How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, Gabe. I'm in Denver. I'm in the media closet room, as you can see. Beautiful cameras, lighting equipment. I'm teaching the future broadcasters of tomorrow.
That is unbelievable, and you're taking time out to do a live hit in the middle of the set. Good stuff, Julio.
Actually, school ended. Classes ended. My students were doing play-by-play tonight. And I had to tell one student, buddy, you got to stop saying here and there. That was his crutch word. So I'm just trying to help mold the young broadcaster.
That's the best. Yeah. That's awesome. I love it. Julio,
play-by-play. Play-by-play is not an easy skill. It's one of those things. I don't know if it can be taught. I think it's either you sort of have it or you don't, right? I've never, you know what I mean? I never aspired to be a play-by-play person. So it's never like...
I think you can teach it, Gabe, but you have to have it in you. Like, you can't be like a guy and just go, I'm going to be that guy. Like, you have to have the knack for it, then the flow. Like, that's why so many guys, like, man, when I watch Vin Scully, Gabe, like, basically no color guy talking to himself, telling stories and stuff, that is such an art form. I don't think you have to be a special person to do it, in my opinion.
Well, what I tell my students, it's like an open book test. The more you prep, the more quality your notes are, the more you watch these games, not through the prism of a fan, but through a critical lens. If you can learn that, then we can teach you all the inflections, how to do X, Y, and Z. But if you prep well, you can make it in this industry for sure.
No, it is true. The best play-by-play guys are the ones that don't just, and I don't know how the puck hasn't gone in a couple of times here for Vancouver, but it is true. Like, you can have the game notes and stuff, but I know being around the business a lot, like the really good ones are hardcore, and they're calling the PR guy. They're speaking to the player's mother. Yeah, tell me a story about when he was 14. Like, you know what I mean? And they want to know on their own. They're inquisitive, you said. Like Vince Scully, that's why he was able to go off about the stories, because you have to have a good memory, remember the stories, like the stories and stuff. So, 2-1 right now. Only 8 seconds left in the power play. I like the power play. They're pressing now. So at least it wasn't like, what are you guys doing? They nearly scored. They didn't. It is what it is. They've got to get the next goal here. Hopefully Vancouver is starting to get madder and realize that they need to step this thing up right now. So who you on in this game, Julio? Who you got here?
I've got Edmonton in a couple of parlays. I did it in-game. My biggest bet was over 1.5 in the first period. So
cut his video. What are we doing here?
Yeah, right. We're the students.
Yeah, bring one of the kids on.
They're drinking their sorrows away after the Nuggets loss, so I'm the only one in the building.
Good.
Oh, here's a turnover, and they got it.
Thank you.
There we
Just
go.
put a plus 1.5 in again. Click, click, click. Let's go.
Total playoff style goal too. Dude Giuseppe too out of nowhere, knowing this kid never scores. Like, dude,
I like that guy. He works hard.
There was a turnover. Boom. There was nothing fancy about it. He didn't hesitate. The puck, like he was in front of the net. The puck came to him, and he slipped it 5-hole. There it is. What are Edmonton crying about? You guys bitch about everything. Oh, they're saying it was offside.
Oh, here we go.
They cry. Oil coming from their eyes here. Oh, we don't like everything. We want to separate. We don't like. It's like, hey, shut up. You guys never stop. Alberta's the new Quebec.
That's the best. Game in politics. Oh, Alberta.
Yeah, Alberta. You guys crying about everything.
Yeah, my brother lives in Alberta. He's a different cat, for sure.
Good call, though. Good call by the ref. Right away, the ref was like, no. At first, I was like, oh, my God, I think it is offside. I think they're right. But it wasn't because the puck hit the Oilers' skate.
Wow.
Look at the Denver Nuggets and say, whoa, just a week ago, they were that minus 115 or so price. Now we're looking at them at a 7-1 price. Any chances the Nuggets can actually come back?
I think this is going 6 or 7 games, so I think that could be a little bit of a tighter spread between those two. But when you got those two guys, those two monsters, and Towns and Edwards, it's just really hard.
The early line. Only on SportsGrid.
The Cam Rising stuff last year with Utah, 3 months of pretending he was questionable with a torn ACL, ridiculous.
It's a lot of gray right now when it comes to this stuff, and we really are. When people say we're in like the second or third inning of sports betting, that's why I agree, because there's so many of those situations that are very, very difficult to explain to a novice.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
And now you have to qualify, and these majors, you got to go do it, man. Like, and it just comes off really petty to sit up there and be like, I'm not.
You know what you signed up for, so I don't like the pettiness, and I 100% think Taylor Gooch should be in the major championships. So in the same note, I'm saying this, but also it's like, hey, this is the world in which we live in right now, and you don't deserve anything.
Only on SportsGrid.
I think I'm losing some followers on Twitter and some fans in Edmonton, I've noticed over the last week and a half or so.
You're
I got someone tell me, said Morency's making stuff up again. What am I making up? What? You guys cry all the time. What am I making up?
I love it. Action in Canada. Morency's he's pissed off Alberta.
I got in. Dude, I tweeted out the other day when Susie, I said, the league wants Vancouver to lose. I tweeted out stuff, and man, like I had Edmonton media coming at me. The play-by-play guy, the Edmonton Elks, starts like tweeting at me. You don't really believe this, Gabriel, do you? I'm thinking, wow, these guys are really getting sensitive. Like, I was like, I don't really want to start feuding with like the play-by-play guy of all these teams and stuff. Like that wasn't my intention. So I said, everybody needs to stop crying. I said, you guys cry more. But there's a theme. The theme of the NHL playoffs really is crying. As tough of a sport as it is, every team just bitches and cries. It's the nature of the beast. Like Bruin fans, we're getting screwed. It's like you guys are the last team getting screwed. You know what I mean? They against the Panthers, they're convinced. They want Florida to win. They hate us. We're getting screwed. Yeah. Vancouver fans are like, we're getting screwed. Everybody, right? Everybody thinks they're getting screwed. Leaf fans always think they're getting screwed as well. We got a good game going under 2-2.
You even admitted it. You even came to me and go, I got no dog in this
screwed.
fight. I don't like the Leafs. Yes, they do. And I tell people that, and they agree with me now. They've always been screwed. It's just the way it is. They never get calls. Like, it's just when, like, guys on boss are breaking sticks across guys. No penalty. Anyway, whatever. They suck.
Each series is different, like popularity by team. Hey, Julio. Professor Rosario, let me ask you a question. What the hell happened to the Nuggets tonight?
That's the question.
The hell was that?
That was a pitiful performance.
70 points.
I'm watching the early part of the game as I'm listening to my students do play-by-play, and it was 9-2, and then here come the T-Wolves, a 10-0 run, 15-0, 20-0. I'm like, why isn't Mike Malone calling a timeout during any stretch of that first quarter run by the Timberwolves?
Good point.
That was the difference. I mean, at any point, I would have called a timeout at 10-0. At that point, it would have been, 11-9? Guys, okay.
Dude, I would have called timeout off the top of my head. It was 17-8. It was 17-8, and it was like, all right, dude. Isn't this enough now? Like you said, all right, like, you know what I mean? It's only 9. And I don't know, I think it might have been Jefferson doing the game. I was flicking it out. But they said, I like Malone telling his players to play through this and calm down. Play through this. You're down 33-14 now. Like, the game's over, Ken. Like, play through it.
He was amazing.
Like, no.
I like to thank him for my race to 10. Good work, Malone.
Dude, you see the best coaches, and it's so annoying when you're a fan of the other team, you have money on your team. Watch like the Miami Heat, dude. You score 2 points in a row. Spoelstra's like, timeout. And he's like, no. We're not letting this run. Coach Krzyzewski, Duke used to do that. The other team would score 2-3 baskets in a row, and Duke, like right away, whoa. I don't believe in the play out. Nick Nurse used to do that, Cam, with the Raptors. Let's let it play out. Let it play out. We just got outscored 22-4. Like, what do you mean play out? The game's over. These coaches and to let them play out. I don't know. I imagine Denver win at home, Game 7, Julio, but that was an embarrassing performance tonight.
I don't know about that, Gabe. Everyone in Denver are on pins and needles. They were booed off the floor, in Game 2 of the series. All the pressure is going to be on the Nuggets. All the pressure will be on Jamal Murray. If Jamal Murray starts the game 1 for 10 like he did tonight, the Boober. I mean, Denver's is a pot-loving city, but they're not too happy right now.
What it is, guys?
Here's the potheads can be mean too.
Yes, they can. They can be
They can be loud and angry too.
Yes, very true.
That's very true.
Bartender. Gabe, you know
Ask
this.
Vancouver about that.
Oh yeah, you're right. Some potheads, these guys, you're like, whoa.
People are like, a bunch of potheads. Yeah, they still burnt the city down.
And they did it in impressive
They did it while
fashion.
smoking weed, but they still did it.
Here's the deal, Gabe. How many people
Nuggets are 4.5-point favorites. 4.5-point favorites in this game.
I'm just going to tell you. Who's betting Minnesota? Everyone just assumes, Denver. I'm telling you, this could be like the old carpet move, man. I'm gonna ride this thing out with Minnesota again. I already got the series play, and you know what? I'm taking Minnesota. I have to. I think it's going to be a shocker, and they knock Denver out.
Bold pick. That's 4.5. The odds makers are concerned as well. All right, Julio, hang in here. We got Sean Higgs coming up as well, but let's get Julio's best bets on the other side. Julio's always got a deep portfolio of picks. And in fact, I want to get Julio's pick on Toronto, Minnesota tomorrow night. Game 5, pivotal matchup in the PWHL. You know Toronto's going to choke.
You look at the Denver Nuggets and say, whoa, just a week ago, they were that minus 115 or so price. Now we're looking at them at a 7-1 price. Any chances the Nuggets can actually come back?
I think this is going 6 or 7 games, so I think that could be a little bit of a tighter spread between those two. But when you got those two guys, those two monsters, and Towns and Edwards, it's just really hard.
The early line. Only on SportsGrid.
The Cam Rising stuff last year with Utah, 3 months of pretending he was questionable with a torn ACL, ridiculous.
It's a lot of gray right now when it comes to this stuff, and we really are. When people say we're in like the second or third inning of sports betting, that's why I agree, because there's so many of those situations that are very, very difficult to explain to a novice.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
And now you have to qualify, and these majors, you got to go do it, man. Like, and it just comes off really petty to sit up there and be like, I'm not.
You know what you signed up for. So I don't like the pettiness, and I 100% think Taylor Gooch should be in the major championships. So in the same note, I'm saying this, but also it's like, hey, this is the world in which we live in right now, and you don't deserve anything.
Only on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I am Morency. So it's 2-2 in this hockey game. It's getting really good. It's tense. I don't know what's going on right now, and I see all the Canuck fans crushing the neutrals, which I'm very familiar with.
Yeah,
I was thinking
it's not a mix. It's not a real drink. It's a mix. It's not strong enough. Those vodka drinks need more fuel, man. They're too light. Like I don't taste like. Anyway, I guess if you're going all day, it's fine, but you got to get better than that. Neutrals.
I was thinking about my seat underneath, I realized that when I got up, there were I must have had 22 cans under my seat at the last game, Julio. That's the sponsor of the Canucks. I actually like this one. It's better than White Claw. It's better than White Claw. It's better than Truly. I like the way Truly tastes, but Truly is too sweet. There is a hang, it defeats the purpose. These drinks aren't supposed to be sweet, and Truly actually is sweet, even though they do taste good. White Claw, good, but I find there's a weird, no, I'm not talking about the strength of it, I'm talking about the taste, but the taste of White Claw, there's some sort of, I don't know, there's something in it that I'm not a fan of, that I taste when I drink it. This neutral stuff, it's basically like sparkling water with vodka, and the minimal flavor. You really can drink 62 of these things and not be too hungover.
Just one quick point, Gabe, before we get Julio's picks. You got to try the White Claw Surge. It's got an extra couple percent. It's the Mandarin Orange one.
Well, I saw that. Yeah, the Surge. That's with stronger vodka. Yeah, 7%.
Yes. Yeah, it takes it up a notch. Anyway, we'll talk about Julio's picks, not the vodka.
We know you want it to be stronger. That's what we weren't judging that.
No, thank you. Every drink should be stronger.
We're not judging the strength of the drink. We're judging the taste. I can't control how much alcohol they put in the drink, right?
That's true. Yeah.
What are your picks, Julio?
Let's go to Rome with the ATP and WTA wrapping up the Rome tournament with the semifinals. I'm going Zabalenka. What country she's from? I don't know. They don't tell us anymore. Zabalenka plus 300 to beat the Polish sensation Iga Swiatek. This is going to be the 10th meeting all time. Zabalenka is 3-9. Okay, so it's going to be the 13th meeting. 3-9 all time. Yeah, I know it's not good, but at the odds, I'm getting plus 260, plus 300. Shop around. I like Zabalenka. She's played very well in this tournament in Rome. I'm going with the Chilean, Nicholas Jarry, to defeat Tommy Paul. Sorry, Tommy, but I'm going Nicholas Jarry to defeat the American Tommy Paul tomorrow in the semifinal, the Chilean minus 108. Let's go with boxing. Every big event's taking place in Saudi Arabia. I'm going Alexander Usyk to defeat Tyson Fury.
Sick.
I've already bet him. I love that bet, Julio. Love it.
Shop around for the best price. You can find some even money, maybe even a little better plus price, depending on your province or state. So shop
you see
around.
His father? We'll play the video tomorrow. You see his father headbutted somebody at the. There was like a big melee the other day. These guys are all nuts.
Yeah. Well, let's go to the lacrosse. Let's go. Lacrosse was undefeated last week. Little Barry Horowitz, patting myself on the back for the undefeated run last week on lacrosse. DU, plus 2.5 against Syracuse, and I like them on the money line.
Pioneers, baby.
Plus 210 against Syracuse on Saturday. The Johns Hopkins, the Blue Jays, plus 170 to defeat Virginia, and under 25.5 in that one. And then Georgetown plus 4.5, under 23.5 against Notre Dame. NHL on the ice, I'll go with the Panthers minus 150 against Boston. Colorado to win in regulation, plus 135 against the Dallas Stars. And PWHL, Gabe, under 4.5 goals have been 6-1 in this playoffs. Back to the well we go. Under 4.5 goals. Toronto, Minnesota tomorrow night in the PWHL. Under 4.5 goals. To wrap up on the soccer pitch, I like Juventus plus 210 against Bologna. It's going to be a really good match. Bologna trying to seal their European fate, but it's not too often you get Juventus plus 210 on the money line. I like Atalanta against Lecce. Everton, this is going to be a big one. The EPL closes up shop this Sunday. Arsenal need to win just to keep their title hopes alive. Everton have played strong to close out the season. I like Everton plus 2 goals against Arsenal. And to wrap up, the NFL game season win totals, I've got 2 of them for you. Bears under 8.5 wins, plus 140. Shop around for the best price. Their last, 7 games of the season, all against strong teams. It's going to be tough for them, for me, to get 9 wins. And I like the Broncos under 5.5 wins, plus 115.
Julio picking going under in the 2 cities that he's lived in, Denver and Chicago, under. Professor Julio, good stuff, Julio. Thanks for taking the time to be with us. Enjoy the games. We'll see you online.
See you guys. Take care.
Hey, the French Open starts next week, too. Speaking of tennis, it's the final little prelude.
We're still alive in this lacrosse with Maryland. They played Duke, Gabe. If we can get another win here, we're in business.
Yeah, 14-1 they started. Maryland Terrapins. We got Sean Higgs in the house as well. And we got a 2-2 hockey game going on. And we got another jersey drop, Cam, for you here, too. We'll see what Sean thinks about this. Before we bring Sean in, let's give me the best of X here, guys. Give me the new jersey drop of the day here. It's the here we go. Hit the music. What are you doing, Sean?
I'm cracking open the jersey for my guy.
It's
music.
Oh, yeah. Steve Larson. You know it is. That's beautiful, baby.
How's this guy making popcorn?
Oh, I know. I thought
it's the auto. Hold on, let me get the auto. I got to find the auto for the camera. Hold on. Where's the camera? There it is. It's autoed.
Oh, wow. Good for you, Higgs. That's amazing. I love the old jersey.
I'm sending this to you.
Great. Are you
really?
For you,
bro.
Steve Largent.
Wow, thank you, Sean. That's so nice, man. I got to give you something then. That's a really nice thing to do.
You had the stuff I told Gabe last week. I said, I got Cam a jersey. I was on like
surprisingly very affordable.
Yeah. Wow. That's why I was like, you know what? It was like $40. I was like, I got to get this thing for $40.
Are you kidding me? $40 for a signed Larson jersey? Holy
on an auction.
Yeah. Wow. Excellent.
It's very nice, right?
I got to send you some. Maybe I'll send you some meats. Like you're always talking about caribou. I got to find something for you. Something I can send in the mail.
I was going to leave in the same, but I'm like, you know what? I want to make sure it's autographed before I send it to you. Also, you just get some plain jersey in the mail. So
It's amazing.
Sweet.
Yeah, it says
nice.
Steve Largent. He's got receptions, receiving yards, everything. Nice little auto, little sticker on here from Beckett.
That's amazing.
You know what?
Thank you. Oh, Sean, I'm getting choked up. Thanks.
Oh,
I guess
okay,
very nice.
Right. You're a Seahawks fan.
Oh, look at that.
I know, I guess, and I got this. Tony
Ken
Finn sent this
Caminiti?
to me.
That is amazing.
I was
Oh,
talking
that's a
about
good- oh, yeah.
I was talking about Ken Caminiti. He was one of my favorite players in the old days. Tony said, "Oh, I got something for you," and here it is. Yeah. Also,
That's beautiful.
yeah, autograph in the back here. You see.
No, that's so nice.
Nice.
It's just so simple and beautiful.
May
Like, that's
rest
a
in
nice
peace.
jersey.
Yeah.
I like Ken
Yeah,
Caminiti.
you know what? I'm going to get it up on the wall after. I'll do something with it. But yeah, we just sort of add it to the collection.
Who are you a fan of, Gabe? So next time I see something, I got to get you something.
Bills.
Bill's
Oh,
guy?
I've got enough.
I just think he's got a lot. I know he's a guy.
I appreciate it.
I got enough.
I'll send you something.
Our boy T-Bone. Our boy T-Bone, though, he goes, I got
Yes.
something for you. And I open it up and stuff. He's got a big grin on his face. It's an autographed O.J. Simpson Buffalo jersey.
Nice. There
He
you
goes,
go.
you can put it up on your set. I'm like, I don't really know if I put O.J. up on
Yeah,
the
I
set,
don't think
bro.
SportsGrid management would like that one too much there.
Yeah, he won a bunch
T-Bone's
of
funny,
money
man.
and was at Planet Hollywood in Vegas. And me and him looked at him a couple of times. They had a USC Trojan and Buffalo Bill OJ back to back, slipped by the side. He goes, I'm going to grab those one day. And he actually did. He gave me the Bills one. He goes, I'm keeping the USC one.
You look at the Denver Nuggets and say, whoa, just a week ago, they were that minus 115 or so price. Now we're looking at them at a 7-1 price. Any chances the Nuggets can actually come back?
I think this is going 6 or 7 games, so I think that could be a little bit of a tighter spread between those two. But when you got those two guys, those two monsters, and Towns and Edwards, it's just really hard.
The early line. Only on SportsGrid.
The Cam Rising stuff last year with Utah, 3 months of pretending he was questionable with a torn ACL, ridiculous.
It's a lot of gray right now when it comes to this stuff, and we really are. When people say we're in like the second or third inning of sports betting, that's why I agree, because there's so many of those situations that are very, very difficult to explain to a novice.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
And now you have to qualify, and these majors, you got to go do it, man. Like, and it just comes off really petty to sit up there and be like, I'm not.
You know what you signed up for. So I don't like the pettiness, and I 100% think Taylor Gooch should be in the major championships. So in the same note, I'm saying this, but also it's like, hey, this is the world in which we live in right now, and you don't deserve anything.
Only on SportsGrid.
I don't know how many power plays these guys are going to get tonight. Man, they've been on the power play all night, it feels like, the Edmonton Oilers. 2-2. 3:33 left in the second period of play. It's a strange game. It's a tense game going on right now. All right, so we got Sean Higgs in the house with us. The Cincinnati Reds are leading the Dodgers 4-0, which is bad for me because I jumped in on the Dodgers when they were down 2-0, Sean. Figured, hey, I'm getting the Dodgers minus 120 right now. Well, wrong. 4-0 Reds.
2-hitter. Who's pitching? Bruce Ruffin? I mean, come on. Oh, my goodness. A bullpen.
Norm Charlton.
A bullpen game.
Norm Charlton.
A bullpen game for these guys.
The
Holy
Dodgers
cow.
are minus 320 with Glass now on the hill here tonight. Shohei Ohtani bobblehead night.
Listen, I grabbed some Ruby props with Teoscar and Betts and Freeman. At this rate, I was hoping. I thought you'd get a few here. I thought this game would be like a 7-3 kind of game. Reds haven't been. What are they like 4-14? They're on a terrible stretch, and you're gonna come out here and throw a 2-hitter in a bullpen day.
The Dodgers.
That's 285.
The Dodgers will do this against bad teams. They'll get caught early in these series. I've told people this is their weak spot. I know them well. They'll get caught early in series against bad teams. They'll dial it up as the weekend goes, but this is a frustrating loss. And a full house tonight. There was lineups around the block to get in.
Coming out of the Giants series, right there, more of a rival. You figure, all right, it's the Reds. Who cares? I'll tell you, you know what? I grabbed them for tomorrow already. I took them for tomorrow on a run line, even money. I'm like, especially off a loss, I'll take it with who's pitching tomorrow? Big Maple on the hill.
Paxton.
Yeah, the Big Maple.
Yeah, that's his name.
So,
he's a nibbler this season. A lot of walks.
I saw you open up a box of baseball cards the other day, Sean. How'd that work out?
Yeah, I was.
What year was that? Tops what? Was it 89?
No. It might have. I don't know what you saw.
What year was it?
I did. It might have been an 87 Topps box. Yeah, I do a bunch all the time.
Yeah,
I had 87
the ones
Topps.
that you were busting out. I saw you had a Spike Owen card. I got a laugh out of that.
Yeah, probably like an
Former
86 or 87. Yeah.
Spike Owen. That's amazing.
Did you get any star players like out of the box? We were like, all right, this is actually worth a couple $100. What was in the box?
Oh, and I think, I mean, yeah, you get a lot of great guys you grew up with, like, Mattingly and Wade. You get a bunch of Hall of Fame guys, from that generation, but they're worth nothing. It's just fun. I don't know. This started for me. These things, I opened up a Bowman, like the newer cards, like $580 for a box. Get a bunch of nothing. Yeah, it's fucking
$580 for a box.
What a racket the card market is, man. It's a joke.
And
yeah, I know too.
I like the old stuff because it's what I grew up on, so it's fun. It brings you back, right? The newer stuff, it's like, how is a guy, Ely De La Cruz for the Reds here, his rookie card's worth more than like Greg Maddux or Tony Gwynn, like guys who are Hall of Famers, and what world is that? But that's, I don't know.
It's the market, right?
The card market was destroyed because they oversaturated it, Gabe. Remember, they kept on printing more and more and more, so all those cards that were worth lots, and then we're like, great, thanks. That's the whole problem.
Yeah, I mean, but they have big production. Even with these newer cards, they have, you want to find a whoever. Julio Rodriguez. Well, there's 180,000 of them out there.
Well, we left the old bubblegum days and the old peachy hockey cards and the old, the old school baseball cards. And it stepped into the new era there. We're running around like Eric Lindros, Shaquille O'Neal era. Remember the Skybox, Sean? The Skybox basketball ones?
In the 90s, yeah.
So they started, these have gold plated or gold whatever. Yeah, it was all cute. The thing is, all the store owners knew how to find them. They did like metal detectors and stuff, Cam. And they got X-ray machines and stuff. So I'm telling you, and I knew it, dude. That's why. And he goes, Morency goes, I'm honest. He goes, I swear to God, I'm honest. And he really was. He goes, I don't want some kid. He goes, I don't want people thinking I'm a con artist and they never get a good hot ticket here or a hot comic at my place. He had a comic and sports card. And he goes, but this is what the others do. And he basically said they put him through X-ray machines and stuff, Cam, and they can tell. There's the David Robinson gold card. Pluck the box. And then they're knowingly selling these crap boxes to kids coming in, man. It's criminal. It literally is criminal.
No, I'm going to tell you something, Gabe. When I was a kid, I needed money to buy a bike, so I had my cards. This guy took my Warren Moon rookie, all the best cards. Like, I want this one. I'm like, whatever.
You got
he gave me like, he gave me like $20. I looked at these cards recently. They're all like worth, every one of them was worth huge. And Jerry Rice, I'm like, oh, you idiot. Such an idiot. This old man, they're the biggest scumbags. Some of these guys who run card shops are the worst people going.
It's a shady industry.
You bring that up,
man.
Las Vegas Chris, because I put the cards up I was doing, and he's like, bro, and he was saying the same thing, how they just know what's in the boxes. They could wait. I'm like, don't ruin my childhood like that, man. Like, and again,
It's it's like saying a Cracker Jack. There's a prize in the box, but there really isn't. You're looking in the box.
Yeah.
You're like, well, they took it out. Like they
I
stole
loved it as a kid. My dad would take me and my buddy Scoop. We'd go to like the Union Flea Market, and we'd buy like Chinese stars and then just some baseball cards. It was fabulous, But
All right,
now,
so I want to get to 2-2 in the hockey game still. I wanted to get to this jersey drop here. So this is part of our What the F is Wrong with You segment. I like this one. I like this music.
oh,
What's wrong with you?
a lot. How long is this segment? 3 hours?
Slow down, Sean. All right,
Therapy session?
This one
Look at
is
this
dedicated
crap.
this is dedicated to the New York Giants. So I was kind of confused about this. This is the New York Giants' new uniform. They're calling it a throwback. Throwback of what? The Montreal Canadiens?
What?
Canadians?
I was going to say, I thought it was
Dude,
like the Hartford
look at
Whalers or
this.
something. That's just
It's a
terrible.
ripoff of the Alouettes and Canadians. It's pathetic.
Look at the helmet cam. I thought it was
know.
the Montreal Alouettes.
Yeah,
When I saw it,
Alouettes.
I was like, oh, the Alouettes cut a deal with the Canadians and they're doing like a Canadian theme. It's like, no, it's the New York Giants.
Brutal.
That's terrible. Terrible.
Like, it can't look
What you say?
any
We're talking
more
about
like
look like
a
crap.
Montreal Canadian jersey.
So right.
buy
man.
that?
And the Alouettes helmet too. Like when I look at that helmet, that's pure Alouettes ripping off
That's,
like
it's
the CFL
definitely,
style.
that's like CFL or like Mountain West or something. That's like a Big West D2 football team helmet right there.
Dude,
My son's high school
NFL,
helmet better than that.
Settle down, Higgs.
I like the helmet. Yeah, I like the helmet.
That helmet's terrible.
I
My
really
daughter's-
understand the pants. The mix
My
of the
daughter can do that
pants.
helmet in her art room.
Nice
We got a
color
raid.
scheme,
Sean
loser.
Hanks in. Cut his mic.
You look at the Denver Nuggets and say, whoa, just a week ago, they were that minus 115 or so price. Now we're looking at them at a 7-1 price. Any chances the Nuggets can actually come back?
I think this is going 6 or 7 games, so I think that could be a little bit of a tighter spread between those two. But when you got those two guys, those two monsters, and Towns and Edwards, it's just really hard.
The early line. Only on SportsGrid.
The Cam Rising stuff last year with Utah, 3 months of pretending he was questionable with a torn ACL, ridiculous.
It's a lot of gray right now when it comes to this stuff, and we really are. When people say we're in like the second or third inning of sports betting, that's why I agree, because there's so many of those situations that are very, very difficult to explain to a novice.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
And now you have to qualify in these majors. You got to go do it, man. Like, and it just comes off really petty to sit up there and be like, I'm not.
You know what you signed up for. So I don't like the pettiness, and I 100% think Taylor Gooch should be in the major championships. So in the same note, I'm saying this, but also it's like, hey, this is the world in which we live in right now, and you don't deserve anything.
Only on SportsGrid.
All right, we still have Brent Beard coming up in level 3. We're going to get some college football with Brent. We're fired up. All this NFL talk and the NFL schedule release.
Yes.
College football. There's already been, we already knew the games, but now the networks are starting to announce the schedule, their sort of schedule, official schedule release as well. Some big-time games to start the season, including LSU and USC in Las Vegas on September the 1st, the Labor Day weekend in Vegas. So we made it to intermission here. We're tied at 2. I got the under 6.5 in this game, Cam, and it's funny. It was looking good, and then it was like, oh boy, it was 2-1 after the first period. I said before the show started, as the intro, I said I felt like it was an under again. And, 3-2, maybe it's 4-2 in an empty netter. I don't know who wins, or maybe we end up going to overtime. Listen, the Canucks have played 8 consecutive one-goal games. So we're not going out on a limb and saying that it's going to be close. I mean, every one of their damn games is close. 8 straight one-goal games, and we got a 2-2 game.
I'm going to tell you something. Me and you, we crush it with the regular games. How's our overtime record doing? Mine's not. Like, every time a game goes to overtime, it's a disaster.
Mine's not as bad as the regular season, but I did lose a game in overtime in person the other night, and it did suck.
It does suck.
At least it happened fast.
Yeah. Yeah, the worst is when you're there for like
true.
3 overtimes, you invest and then you lose. It's like getting beat up like 3 times. It's like enough. I'm already hurt.
And which is cool, in the modern era now, they didn't used to do it, but if the game goes to overtime, they kept the bar open, which I was a fan of.
Not anymore.
Before they used to shut it down no matter what. Like they'd be like, all right, 10 minutes left in the game, it's over. If it goes to triple overtime, it is what it is. But the owners caught on and realized we're losing a lot of money, and like half these games go to overtime. So let's keep everything open, and it makes it made it a lot more easier to watch them lose. It's plus 165 right now to go to overtime. I don't think that's a bad bet. You're still getting pretty good odds, and there's a legitimate chance that this game does end up in overtime. And I'm going to play this plus 165 to go to overtime. Cam, what's your PGA best bets before we get you out of here?
Well, we're doing good with the first round leader that we hit today, but there's a couple other things to look at right now. Watch out for Xander Schauffele does really well in Friday, Saturday. I'll take him in a matchup bet again, but also there's a couple other guys. Sahith Theegala got my eye. He's 6 under right now, 3 shots off the lead. He played fantastic golf and still missed some putts. So he's a guy that's on my radar for a live bet, Morency. That's what I'm looking at. And, that's about it right now. We're doing pretty good. All of our guys are kind of lingering, 4 under, 3 under. It's been a good start. We got a lot of guys in contention.
I'll say that Rory is going to win this tournament. I'm waiting for a better number. He's plus 550 right now, which is ironically lower than what he came into this tournament at plus 700. I was hoping that it would dip a little bit. We talked about it with Brady Cannon last night, but he's plus 550 right now to win. So the updated number, Xander is plus 275. Scotty Scheffler is plus 425. Rory's plus 550. Brooks Koepka's 12-1 now. Morikawa's 14-1. Sahith Theegala is 25-1. Tony Finau is 28-1. Bryson DeChambeau, 35-1. And I'm not going to give up on Bryson yet either. Still a decent price at 35-1.
That's a great price. You know what? I'm going to hit it again at 35-1. What was he, 3 under today? The leader's at 9. Here's the deal, Morency. Let's just call it out for what it is. That number on Scheffler is fantastic. Scheffler wins tournaments. Xander comes second, and you're getting him at the same price that he started the tournament. He eagled the first hole after having a damn kit. Like, why would you take Schauffele at plus 260? That's a bad number, but you can get a guy that actually wins at over 4-1.
No, Schauffele, it's too bad for him that he played so well in this round. Mm-hmm. It's going to be impossible to go wire to wire here, right? And if he does, then hey, this will be what a great way to actually win his first major and finally get it done, in which you just smoked a deep ass field like this. But it's like the Kentucky Derby. We always talk about it. Golf and horse racing, man. If you're leading after the first turn, you're normally in a lot of trouble. That's how it normally plays out. So 2-2 in the game. I'm playing it plus 165 to go to overtime. We got Brent Beard coming up in level 3. On the other side, we'll get Sean Higgs' NBA picks and a couple of baseball picks. We'll see if Sean likes anything tomorrow on the other side. Anything else on the way out for you, Cam?
No, I'm pretty good right now, Gabe. I'm just going to have some matchup bets in golf, and no, I'm good. And I have Vancouver plus 1.5, and I like your thing going overtime bet. I think it does go to overtime as well.
For that minus 115 or so price, now we're looking at him at a 7-1 price. Any chance